After months of denying foreclosure rumors, it looks like the Ace family have officially lost their house. It's a mess, so let's get into it. So, I think we can all agree that the Ace family lives a life that looks like it was made for billionaires. They have private jets, fancy vacations, all the luxury cars you could ever imagine, and a massive mansion. Back in 2019, they purchased not one, but 2 mansions side by side and paid for an extremely expensive renovation to join them both together. As you can imagine, the cost to do this was huge. It cost a total of $10.1 million, and they took out a loan against their business for $9.1 million. Obviously, a really expensive and, in my opinion, excessive house. They're only a family of 5. There's no reason to need 2 mansions. Just from looking at other houses in Anaheim Hills, it looks like they could have got a beautiful mansion for a quarter of the price they paid. It's the same thing that we saw with Jeffree Star. He bought this massive mansion for one person, and within a year, he realized how stupid that was. Unfortunately, the Ace family didn't come to that realization in time, and now their house is being taken away from them. A few months ago, a document started floating around the internet claiming that the Ace family home was entering foreclosure. It claimed they owed over $8 million in unpaid mortgage fees, and they needed to pay it back ASAP to keep their house. When this leaked on the internet, it was huge news. Austin and Catherine both portray this extremely wealthy lifestyle, and you would never in a million years think they wouldn't be able to afford their mortgage payments. When this document first got out, Austin and Catherine were denying this document and pretty much blamed it on people being haters. He responded to the document on Instagram, writing, "Stop capping on me and my family's name. Ain't nobody getting evicted, ain't nobody moving. Stop believing everything you see the haters say on the internet. If we were moving, we definitely would have informed the world and made a whole YouTube video about it. Have a good rest of your day." Even Catherine called this legal document not true when she was stopped and questioned about it by the paparazzi back in September.
Okay, Catherine, there's a lot of rumors that your house is getting foreclosed. What do you have to say about that?
It's not true.
It's not true?
No, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
She even denied it to her own fans on Snapchat. One fan asked her, "Your house is being put up for auction. Why are you guys acting like nothing?" And Catherine said, "No, my love, I have not spoken about any of this publicly, but if I did, I think most of the hateful people that wish us pain and failure would feel very stupid for ever assuming the worst. It's just not fair how people can assume that I don't pay my bills or something. That's so far from my character and much more. I think people forget that we built our house and that we're in a pandemic. Most cities are closed and unable to get permits, etc. Not everything in the world has to do with money. Many people work from home now. It's like we're living in a different world due to this pandemic. Things happen, but not for reasons people wish. The saddest part of this is that they're actual people losing their homes with nowhere to go. And to see people make fun of the idea of losing a home is sick. Wish people well." So according to Catherine, it's because of the pandemic. Don't really know how that makes much sense, because the court proceeding to confirm their foreclosure seemed to go on with no issues the other day. On the 19th of October, a court hearing was held to auction off the Ace family home. Hollywood Fix actually came to this court hearing because it was outside due to COVID and he caught it all on camera. Honestly, at first when I saw this video, I kind of thought it was like a parody or something because they're just sitting in the middle of a park. But it's actually legit. The city of Bahama, California has officially auctioned off the Ace family home. They called out the address of their house and started bids for it at $9.7 million. People in the audience were actually making jokes about the price of the house because that's how ridiculous it was. Even the lady doing the auction said she's never had to auction off a house this expensive before.
Calderon Road, Los Angeles. I am authorized by the beneficiary and the trustee to place an opening bid. The amount of $9,074,909.66. Anybody wish to qualify and bid on this property? Going once. Calderon, going twice. Third and final call. With no bids, property reverts back to the beneficiary. Which one? It was Calderon. All right, that's it now. Now it's official. Back to Vancouver.
Okay, then who is the beneficiary?
I have no idea.
Okay, thank you so much.
Whoever they own the house to, the place to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever has the note, the financing.
Wow. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Obviously, no one in that park had $9.7 million just to hand over for this house, so it was officially turned over to the lender, which means the house is no longer in their name. They don't own it, which means they're currently living in a house that they aren't paying for and isn't theirs. Even though the house is no longer in their name, according to Insider, it might actually take a long time and maybe a lengthy legal process to get them physically out. Insider wrote, "The McBrooms no longer own the home, the records show. However, because of California's foreclosure law, Five Arch Funding Corporation would need to file and win an eviction lawsuit to make them leave the property. So they won't be evicted if they voluntarily leave or pay the remaining debt. Otherwise, a lengthy legal eviction process could take place." So that means Austin and Catherine still have some time to come up with the money to keep their home. And people think that's exactly what they were hoping for. You see, Austin and Catherine are both in the middle of some pretty huge lawsuits right now. One of Austin's company that held the boxing match is being sued for $100 million for not fulfilling contracts. So many YouTubers and TikTokers participated in that match, and no one is getting paid. Catherine is also in the middle of a pretty serious legal battle herself. She's being sued by her skincare business partners for 1212 Gateway. They're alleging that she tried to take over the company and block them from making any profits once she realized how good the line was doing. Some people think Austin and Catherine are trying to make it seem like they're broke and don't have any money to try and get some responsibility off of them with these lawsuits. Other people think this is just another example of YouTubers living way above their means to try and hold some kind of image and losing everything in the process. Even though Austin and Catherine make the kind of money most people could only dream of, they also spend it like it's nothing. The amount of business schemes they've made, the cars, the houses, the vacations, they live like they're in Kylie Jenner's tax bracket. It's honestly just all about greed because they could have had a beautiful mansion in the same area paid for by now, but they had to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Anyways, here's some comments that were left under the court video. Not sure why they lied about this when it's all public record. They could have just not commented on it, but both Austin and Catherine claimed it was all rumors and their house wasn't in foreclosure. I hope this humbles them and they're able to make better financial decisions for their children's future. They'll never say that they got evicted. Catherine will just say that there was bad energy and vibes from the house. This is what happens when you live above your means. Driving cars they can't afford, buying a house they need a commercial loan to get, scam your subscribers, charity basketball game where Austin kept the money, hold car giveaways where the car is never given to the winner, and fail to pay the companies you've partnered with, the true creators of the Ace Family app and the 1212 Gateway. I feel sad for their kids. And honestly, that's the only sad thing about this situation. The kids don't understand this kind of stuff yet, and they're going to be forced to move out of their family home. Obviously, you never want to see anyone ever lose their house and go through a foreclosure, but at the same time, do we really feel bad that they're probably going to downgrade from a $10 million house to like a $5 million house? Who knows if they'll even end up moving out? It is very possible that this is all a scheme because of their lawsuits. Hollywood Fix also caught up with James Charles and asked him about the foreclosure. He's good friends with the McBrooms, so people thought he might know something, but he claims he had no idea.
Have you heard, there's a rumor going around that the Ace family is that their mansion is being auctioned off. Have you heard about that?
I don't know about any of that.
You
I'm
don't
not really, I don't keep up with them that much.
Really?
But I feel like that's like an awful rumor. I don't know if it's
Really?
true or not, but I wouldn't
Wow.
wish anybody losing their house. It's like terrible.
Wow, well, okay.
But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this whole mess. Do you think they actually have no money and live way beyond their means? Or do you think it's one big scheme for their current lawsuits? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help my channel, and I'll see you next time.